Am I live? I'm live. Hey everyone, how's it going? I've been thinking about a lot of things a few minutes leading up to the show. I usually do the countdown, but I've been thinking about the FAA, about 5G. I've been thinking about Only Sky. Did you check out the 3 sexually awkward haiku link that I put in the chat? There's some pretty sweet audio there. Yeah, it can be tweaked. It can be perfected. Maybe Chris will be able to help me out. Chris Black, actor extraordinaire. I see you over there, Chris Black, in the chat. Perhaps they can give me a hand with the voiceover work, since who wants to hear my voice? Chris has such a nice, sweet tone, melody. All right, we're gonna, what are the stories? We're gonna talk about, well, once again, we're gonna be pushing the envelope here on the Disappointed Cat Morning Show. We're gonna be talking about marijuana. We're going to be talking about the Louisiana Senate race. What else are we talking about today? We're talking about the pastor who did the spitting and then schmutzed, put the spit on his brother's face. Like, and not just a little bit of spit. We're talking about a lot of phlegm. And there's video I can show you. I have some pictures and I have video. You may not want to see the video of this pastor spitting, like getting a big one too. Getting a big one and smearing on his face. So you can vote in the chat if you want to see the video, if you haven't seen it already, of this pastor spitting, talking, sermonizing, and schmutzing it on his brother's face. Yeah, we're going to be talking drugs today. That's what we're doing. Oh, we're going to be talking about the Supreme Court too, and face masks. But first, everyone, I want to introduce you to this man. And once again, I realize that I'm in the trouble bubble with YouTube. I got a warning. I have decided that I'm going to be careful, but I'm not going to be a wuss. So we're going to be talking about and showing video about this guy right here. Louisiana Senate candidate Gary Chambers smokes marijuana blunt in new ad campaign. Chambers will challenge Republican incumbent Senator John Kennedy. Senator John Kennedy, too, from Louisiana. That guy's a bag of dicks. Washington, Democratic Louisiana Senate candidate Gary Chambers on Tuesday released his first campaign ad, a video showing him smoking marijuana and advocating for its legalization. I hope this ad works to not only destigmatize the use of marijuana, but also forces a new conversation that creates the pathway to legalize this beneficial drug and forgive those who were arrested due to outdated ideology, said Chambers in a tweet accompanying his ad, 37 seconds. The video opens with Chambers seated in a leather chair in the middle of a field, dressed in a deep blue suit, all while lighting a blunt and smoking it. Every 37 seconds, someone is arrested for possession of marijuana, said Chambers in a video. States waste $3.7 billion enforcing marijuana laws every year. Most of the people police are arresting aren't dealers, but rather people with small amounts of pot, just like me, he goes on. Republican and Democrat. You know, let's just look at the video. You just want to look at the video, everyone? I want to look at the video. I've seen the video. It's pretty awesome. So I'm gonna hit some buttons here, and hopefully I'm not gonna screw this up, right? We'll see what happens.
Every 37 seconds, someone is arrested for possession of marijuana. Since 2010, state and local police have arrested an estimated 7.3 million Americans for violating marijuana laws, over half of all drug arrests. Black people are 4 times more likely to be arrested for marijuana laws than white people. States waste $3.7 billion enforcing marijuana laws every year. Most of the people police are arresting aren't dealers, but rather people with small amounts of pot, just like me. I'm Gary Chambers, and I'm running for the U.S. Senate, and I approve this message.
I think it's a great commercial. Unfortunately, it runs a little bit over the 30 seconds that TV commercials typically run, but that is a powerful message, a powerful imagery there, everyone. And I wish them the best. Let's see. We'll talk a little bit more about this. Republican and Democratic Senate campaign operatives say they believe this is the first Senate race ad featuring a candidate openly smoking marijuana. Chambers is looking to unseat Republican Senator John Kennedy, who was first elected in 2016. Another Democrat, Luke Mixon, has also declared he will run for the position. Louisiana leans Republican. No surprise there. Kennedy won his seat by 21 points, and Trump won the state by 25 points in 2020. The state's governor, John Bell Edwards, is a Democrat, and that's why they have a Democrat as governor, and I'm sure that's one of the reasons why all school children, I saw this on the NPR NewsHour yesterday, giving my reference to my assertion, that California and Louisiana are the two states that are going to require school children to have the vaccine next year. Good job, Louisiana. Chambers ran unsuccessfully in the Democratic primary in the 2021 congressional special election to replace Representative Cedric Richmond, who joined the Biden administration last year. And to tell you the truth, Chambers got a good amount of votes. Chambers he wasn't just some dark horse candidate. Chambers did a good job in that election. A little bit of note about Louisiana and the herb. On January 1st, smokable medical marijuana became legal in Louisiana under certain conditions. Act 424 will allow patients to purchase up to 2.5 ounces of cannabis flower from dispensaries every 2 weeks. We are going to be dragging certain states into the 21st century by hook or by crook, everyone. And you know what? I'm just going to say this. As the economy gets crappier, right? If the economy gets crappier, then states will be wanting other sources of revenue, and more states will be turning to marijuana. More states, it'll be an acceleration. We see states already turning to marijuana and doing great things with the money they get from taxes. And we're just going to keep seeing that trend, and we're going to see it accelerate too. All right, checking out the chat this morning. 46 comments already. Good morning, everyone. If you're watching on Twitter, if you're watching on Facebook, you'll see that I'm interacting with people in the chat here on YouTube. If you want to join us, come on over to Laughing in Disbelief on the YouTubes, and we'll see what's what. We'll see what's going on. A lot of good morning, Chris Black acting. I'm sorry. Here's my little bit here on 3 sexually awkward haiku. And that last bit was disturbing and funny. It's good. Yes, bigzebra.com. You know, my girlfriend has told me, you know, Andy, instead of just telling, you know, because I just give away free information. Like there are people out there who are like, well, I could teach you how to be funny for only like $150 for a 2-hour seminar. It's like, oh, I'll tell you how to be funny. I can tell you the system, right? And I've talked to everyone about this before. If you look at the 3 sexually awkward haiku, this is how comedians typically structure their bit, whether it's a stand-up bit or a written out bit, is that they do their second funniest line or joke to open with, and then they do their funniest joke or insight at the end, so that people remember, because people forget what's in the middle. They'll remember the first and they'll remember the last joke, but most of the time not in the middle. All right, checking out what's going on with the rest of the chat here. Good morning, John Christian. Hope you're doing well. Tobin Templeman. I'm listening to Flipper while waiting. Interesting. All right, I think I've caught up with everyone. The chat's loading a little bit slowly this morning. The more stuff that I do here in terms of sharing video and putting in links, the slower the chat loads up, unfortunately. Well, Dr. Mordecai, glad to see that you're here. Good afternoon. Oh, it's still morning here. Wild evening. Still morning. Here you go. Big Zebra makes a suggestion. Maybe your haiku could become memes if you put the text in the poems over. I see what you, yes, that's definitely a possibility. And hey, everyone, thanks for showing up too, because whenever I start talking about controversial issues on this channel, I don't think YouTube shares the content too much. So there's obviously the first story was all about marijuana. And I don't know if YouTube is really going to want to spread that content a whole lot. So thanks for showing up. Thank you for hitting the like button. You want to do the next story? What is the next story? Pastor Mike. Oh, this is the thing. You know, Pastor Mike Todd smeared 3 wads of spit on his brother's face because Jesus, the Oklahoma church leader known for his publicity stunts, disgusted the entire internet from, of course, the friendly atheist Hemet Meta himself, who's also going to be on, what's that site? Only Sky. The set, it's live now, Only Sky. So there is video to this. It is disgusting. I don't know if you want to see the video. Yeah, if I haven't seen you vote in the side chat, please vote now. Chris Black acting, take a poll, should Andy and I start an evening show called The Fall of Civilization? Well, that'd be fun. That would be hilarious. Chris Black. That would be hilarious. The Fall of Civilization, indeed. All right, so let's just get into the story. You can vote on the spitting, because it isn't just a simple spit. It's a kind of thing, right? It is gross. Let me set you up for this. Mike Todd wanted to tell his congregation that they might be going through a rough patch right now and questioning God, but you should never question God. He wanted to teach them God might degrade you. God might spit on you. But God always has your best interest at heart, no matter how things appear on the outside. Did I date God? I might have dated God. God might spit on you. He might abuse me. He might say it's for my own good. I think I might have dated God a couple of times, and this is going to be weird, but I think God might have been my dad too. I don't know. To illustrate that point, he brought his brother, Brentum Todd, on stage. Michael Todd then proceeded to spit giant wads of saliva, and that phrase, giant wads of saliva, does not do the giant wads of saliva justice, into his own palm 3 separate times before smearing it all on his brother's face. All right, yes, I have video. Do you want to see some still pictures? Well, let's get a couple of quotes first, because this is like weird, everyone. This is even the vision God is about to give you. It might get nasty. Smears saliva on Brent's face. The audience groans. And do you hear the responses of the people? What I'm telling you is how you just reacted, is how the people in your life will react when God is doing what it takes for the miracle. This is gross. I can't watch this again. Okay. So I will just show you a quick screenshot of the craziness right here. Receiving vision from God might get nasty. And the gentleman has already spat the spit into his hand. And I'm not going to show you the after. This is the before, and then there's an after. It is pretty freaking disgusting. John Christian says, I was in a punk band in the 80s, so this is normal for me. Good. Yeah, pretty gross stuff, everyone. So this is spitting for Jesus. Maybe this will be a new trend. I don't know. Taking a deep breath, reflecting, thinking about cats. Funny thing about my cat Biscuit, I wake up in the morning and the cat will be sitting on my girlfriend who's asleep. The cat will just be, I just woke up this morning and there's Biscuit, living her best life, sleeping on top of my girlfriend. It's like, wow. How about that? Let's do the halftime tummy rub show. I hope that puts you into a good mood. I know just hearing the purrs kind of lowers my blood pressure a little bit. Makes me feel a little better about life. Okay. All the purring, that's right, Cryptameria. Hey, the girlfriend's here. What's up? I hope the girlfriend's doing well this morning, right? Okay, so let's do the next story. And what is the next story? Don't ever trust a cat, Dr. Mordecai. You can trust a cat to do certain things, right? You can trust a cat to do certain things. Maybe not things that you want. Oh, who would have thought a Supreme Court justice nominated by Donald J. Trump would be a dick? Who would think that a judge nominated by Donald J. Trump would be an anti-masker? Who? Okay, I'm not going to go. This is just getting redundant here. Links in the description below, everyone. Report: Supreme Court Justice Neil Gorsuch refuses to wear a mask in the courtroom despite requests from Roberts. You know, the reason why I showed his picture is because, you know, Donald J. Trump just nominated a bunch of dickbags for, you know, the Supreme Court. And so I just wanted to make sure everyone understood that this generic white guy, yes, it's hard to believe that he's not wearing a mask, even though one of his co-workers is in the danger zone for catching COVID and getting serious symptoms. Associate Justice Sonia Sotomayor has diabetes, which puts her at a higher risk for a serious bout with COVID-19. In the fall, the Obama appointee was the only one of the 9 justices to wear a mask in the courtroom, where attendance is limited because of the coronavirus to the court. The attorneys and the Supreme Court press. As cases began to rise during the holiday season, Sotomayor said she did not feel safe near people who were unmasked. Chief Justice John Roberts then asked everyone to wear masks in the courtroom. NPR reported everyone complied except for Associate Justice Neil Gorsuch. What? Can you just be fired? It would be nice if you could just fire someone for being a dickbag, right? Imperiling their coworker. And I know one of you are going to be thinking to yourself, wow, that sounds like a way to try to get rid of another liberal justice. Probably not during Biden's, you know, presidency, right? But still, what a dick. Gorsuch, who sits next to Sotomayor on the bench, he sits next to her, has refused to wear a mask. Sotomayor has been tuning into arguments remotely from her chambers in the Supreme Court building. Sotomayor, 67, has also been taking part in conferences remotely this month, a Supreme Court spokeswoman confirmed. Those closed-door meetings are where the justices discuss cases among themselves. Gorsuch, through the court, has not responded to several requests about his decision not to wear a mask in the courtroom. Sotomayor's concerns over the spread of COVID in the courtroom aren't unfounded. Last Tuesday, Associate Justice Stephen Breyer, the oldest member of the court, also participated in oral arguments remotely after initially testing positive for COVID-19. You know, the thing is, of course, Gorsuch, he goes to church regularly. He was born Catholic, brought up Catholic, but I believe he's Anglican. His wife is Anglican. So they go to an Anglican church. And I wrote this as a bit. I wrote this as a poem, but to tell you the truth, if you're a religious organization and you say that you're teaching Christ's word of supposedly Christ's word of love thy neighbor, who is the good neighbor, and if one of your congregants just won't wear a mask and putting other people in danger, you should get rid of them. You should just say you're not welcome here. You should just say that until you get right with Jesus, you shouldn't be attending church. We don't want any part of you. That's what I think. And you know what? If the Pope said we're not going to give communion to anyone who isn't wearing a mask, that would be like a mask mandate by the Catholic Church. And, you know, obviously, I'm not a religious person. I'm an atheist. But if churches were going to, and even the nice liberal churches, right? If they were actually going to walk the walk, as against just talking the talk, they would just tell people, look, we don't want you here if you're not doing the right thing. We cannot be associating ourselves with you. I think that's just humane. All right, checking out the chat, seeing how everyone's doing. Oh, slow chat load up today, everyone. That's a step down. That's right, Big Zebra. Big Zebra knowing his Christian denominations. Anglican, that's a step down for a Catholic. Anglican is just Catholicism light. Yes, of course, there are different brands of Anglican church services. You get the high, which are high and the low Anglican church services. We're not here to talk about the intricacies of the Anglican church. But yes, BigZebra.com is correct in terms of Anglicanism and the Catholic Church. You're right, imaginary God. Jesus didn't wash his hands either, filthy hippie. I think he actually spoke out against it when the Pharisees challenged him on this particular issue. And you're right, Scott Duke. Sotomayor should set Gorsuch's robe on fire. And it is an unsafe work environment. It is an unsafe work environment. So yes, the girlfriend did yes. The girlfriend says, "Glad Andy didn't show that video again." It's disgusting. Listen, I listen to what you say. If you say that you don't want to see something, then I don't think it's necessary. Just knowing that the minister did this disgusting move with the loogies and the spit, it is gross. All right, checking out for the chat. All right, I think I caught up. Everyone. This show lasts for 25 minutes. It goes from 9 to 9:25. I always forget to ask people to like the video until now. Sometimes I remember it earlier. Please like the video. No ads here. I know some of you, I know I do. I get agitated when I'm about to watch a 30-second short video on YouTube and I have to see a 10-second ad for that 30-second video. It's irritating. So that's why it's only YouTube members. That's why it's only patrons who support this channel, people who throw me a couple of pennies on Venmo or PayPal, links in the description below. But no ads. I don't care how big the channel gets. I don't care, whatever. If the channel does get big, which, who knows. I'm not going to run ads, period, especially on the show. There might be some ads on early videos, but none for the last, I don't know, 6 months, 8 months, 9 months. All right, Dee Parks. Glad to see that you're here, Dee Parks. So I'm going to throw down another cat video. I'm going to drop another cat video and then close out the show. It's a cat in a sweater. Who doesn't like cats in sweaters? I didn't even just know that I really like cats in sweaters until I saw that video. I said, that cat in a sweater, pretty awesome. All right. After party, open room, 9:30 to 10:30. If you want to join in, link to be on the panel is in the description below here, at least on Facebook and on YouTube. I'm going to drop the thank you video for supporters, and I'll see you at 9:30, everyone, hopefully.